Namaste students, my name is JVN's Dr. Neeraj Bholia, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jayoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. So today we are going to discuss about the xenophobia, proximate uh, explanation and crowding behavior. And this is related with the subject behavioral science. So the xenophobia is the fear from the foreign. So in the behavioral science, first of all, we have to understand what is the meaning of the word meaning of the xenophobia. So xeno, it is made from the Greek word, and it have the two component. One is the xenos meaning the stranger or foreigner, and phobos meaning fear or hatred. So of hatred of that which is perceived to be foreign or the strange. So it is the expression of perceived conflict between an in-group and an out-group, and may manifest in the suspicious by the one of the other's activity, and a desire to eliminate their presence, and fear of losing the identity. So generally in the animal groups, it is found that when the different individual of the same species, if they come in their group or in their territory, they fear or they hatred from that, and they have the insecurity of losing their identity. Okay, so that's why they behave the xenophobic behavior. So xenophobia and the racism often overlapping, but they are different in that the xenophobia is based on the physical characteristics, while the former, that is the the racism is based on the physical characteristics, while the xenophobia is based on the perception that the other is foreign to, or originates from outside the community or their groups. So that this is the xenophobia. Now, what is the proximate explanation or the proximate questions? So the proximate cause of the social behavior include the underlying genetic, developmental, physiological, and morphological mechanisms. So basically, there are for any specific behavior, there are two types of explanation. One is the explanations to the behavior that deals with the motivational mechanisms and the experience of the animals as causing the behavior. So that is the mechanistic explanation, and they are asked as the how questions. And other deals with the selection pressure and the phylogenetic factors that cause the evolution of that behavior. So that answer of that is based on the selection pressure and the phylogenetic factor, or we can say that the phylogeny, that are known as the ultimate explanations, and they are known as the why questions. Okay, so there are two explanations. One is the proximate explanation, and second is the ultimate explanation. Proximate ultimate explanation is based on the mechanistic approach. Okay, so that is the motivational mechanism and the experience of the animals itself, and the ultimate explanations is based on the selection pressure and the phylogenetic factors. Okay, so we are talking here about the proximate mechanism. So this mechanism of proximate questions are are social behavior. They are related with the social behavior, include the underlying genetic, developmental, physiological, and morphological mechanisms. For example, the neural and the endocrine means hormonal effect, their uh, nervous system, development of the nervous system. Okay, neural connections. So they are included in the proximate explanations. The proximate mechanisms are required to trigger the onset of a particular behavior, such as the development of singing behavior and the song recognition in white-crowned sparrow. So the next is the cessation of brood care. Okay, so while proximate mechanisms they do not explain the evolutionary basis, because that is related with the um, ultimate explanations. Okay, so they provide straight into the ways in which organisms are adapted to perform the remarkably intricate and complex functions. Okay. So that is the proximate explanations. Okay. Now we are talking about the crowding behavior. So there are many eusocial organisms that makes the crowds, or they makes the groups. So first, that why the animals form the groups or the crowds. So that is the social basis of security. So first of all, security is the first basis. Means in the groups, the probability of a single individual being killed or being attacked by the another organism is very less. So that's why they forms the groups or the crowd or the societies. We talk about the animals. So when in the crowds or in the sociality, they also have the security purpose, and the behave in the crowd or in the isolation. The animals or do not have so much difference, but in the humans, when people experience crowding, their social interaction changes. So the two regions are common. They withdraw from others, creating more psychological space when physical space is limited. Okay, and they become more irritable and potentially aggressive in the crowds. So two possibilities are there. So the crowd or the groups are formed by the uh, eusocial animals, and the eusocial animals express the complex behaviors, like they have the group decision making. So evolutionary basis have asked how and why the uh, eusociality evolved, and why they form the groups, large groups or crowding. So the eusociality is, or the crowding is based, and it is for the sake of safety. And if we observe the eusocial organisms, they have few specific characteristics, such as the in the groups of, or in the crowd of uh, the eusocial organisms or animals, they have the work differentiation, means they have divided the works. So in their groups, the adults live in the groups, and they have the cooperative care of juveniles, means individuals care for the group that is not their own. Okay, so the caring of the juveniles is the work for dedicated groups of the animals, and the other functions is divided also. There is reproductive divisions also, reproductive division of labor. So not all individuals get to reproduce or produce the children. So in their groups, the overlapping of the generations is also there. So not only the eusociality, some variants of the eusociality is also present there. For example, uh, the subsociality is there, the parasociality is there. So in the subsociality, the social behavior between the parents and the offspring, so they live together. And in the parasociality, where there is a social behavior among the members of the same generation. So most bees falls in the parasociality group. And the subsociality, the example of the subsociality is found in the birds, and the halicting bird, bees are the example. So the most of the animals, the eusocial animals, are found in the phylum Arthropoda. Okay, so insects, etc. So many of the insects are found that they are forms the groups and they live in the crowd. So, but a few are found in the phylum Chordata. Okay, so in the groups or in the crowds, you can differentiate the different sections of the group they have divided. For example, in the it is not possible in the primitive eusocial organism where they do not show the morphological difference between the reproductive and non-reproductive organisms. While in the advanced eusocial organisms, you may have found or observed the different morphologies for the reproductive and non-reproductive individuals, and even the specializations within the non-reproductives. For example, the soldier and the worker caste in the army ant you have found, and in the bees, honeybees, you can found the different different caste in the bees. So this was all about the groups and the crowd. So that was all about the xenophobia, the proximate explanation, and the crowding. So we have studied the xenophobia, that is the fear from the foreign individual. And proximate explanation is related with the mechanistic explanation of any behavior. And in the crowding, we have studied that it is related with the eusociality, and that is found in most of the arthropoda and in few of the chordata. So hope you are satisfied with this tutorial session. If you have any query or any doubt, you can write in the comment box. And this session is powered by Digital Version 2, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Thank you.